Hola, buenas tardes, happy new moon. I'm recording this reading under the new moon energy of Cancer, the beautiful energy of the water element. I'm sitting today to do a pick a card to channel messages of what is it that you need to hear, guidance for this month of July, what's coming for you, what are your guides wanting you to focus on. I feel like I keep hearing my guides for the next 3 months, so I'm going to focus on the energy of July, August, and September of 2024. Even if you see this reading after or whenever you come across it, trust your intuition and allow yourself to receive the messages that are for you. And the ones that aren't, they simply aren't. I'm outside. I do have my microphone, so I hope you can hear me. Thank you for the energy exchange. I've taken a bit of a break. Life has picked up. It's summertime, and I'm grateful to continue to hold space for my community. If you don't know me, hola. Mi nombre es Edith. I am a curandera, a psychic medium, a Reiki master, Akashic Records reader, many more titles. I am sitting here today to be guided by my ancestors and your tribe who connects with you to bring you guidance, clarity, confirmation, whatever it is that you're ready to receive. This is a general reading, so I'm not connecting with one person in specific, but I do trust that you chose this video to connect with me and to receive whatever's meant for you. If you would like to connect with me on a more private level, I do offer sessions in person in Highland Park, California. I also travel to the Bay Area, and I do sessions virtually via Zoom or distant. You can find all that information on my website, which I'll leave it here. It's earthcrystalsconamor.com. And if you want to contact me, you can also email me, which I'll leave it as well in the description down below. Let's get started. We're going to have 3 options. Option number 1 is going to be this magical clear quartz palm stone. Option number 2 is going to be a raw rose quartz. And option number 3, last but not least, this heart, which is Ocean Jasper. If you're called to pick more than one, please do so. If not, trust your intuition. The messages that are for you are for you. Excuse me, if I am burping, I know that I'm already connecting with you guys' energy. In the month of July, I have a couple events. My first Reiki trainings are happening in July. One in person and as well one virtually. My sister circle will be at the end of the month, July 27th in Highland Park, California. And then 2 events with limpias at a private location. It's first come first serve limpias and readings. This is going to be, I believe it's July 13th and the 20th, 2 Saturdays of the month in Orange County, which I'll leave the details as well down below to make sure that we can connect. Gracias. Thank you for trusting and for allowing me to be part of your journey. But let's get started. All right, clear quartz. What's coming up for you in this month of July, August, September, the next 3 months of your journey? I feel that May and June were very deep months for many of you. What I mean by deep, a lot of emotions, a lot of deep lessons were coming up in your life. And it might feel right now as like you're barely coming out of the water. Like you're feeling like when somebody felt like they were drowning and they're like finally coming to the water and feeling like I'm breathing again. And your guides are saying, you're fine. What you believe, you become. The month of July is a month that's very connected with the energy of number 6. I connect a lot with numerology, and numbers don't lie. This energy of the month of July is with the vibration of number 6, which is a number that represents harmony, our heart, family energy, lessons with family, lessons with our voice. Pay attention to the way that you're speaking to yourself. A deep lesson that the energy of number 6 has for us. It's like, are you living for yourself or are you living for others? For many of you, the next 3 months, it is going to be of you being very focused of what it is that you want. And I'm going to be honest. It feels like for many of you, you might not know what you want. But what you do know is that where you are in life right now, you don't feel like things are flowing anymore. You feel stuck. You feel out of place. The cards that are coming out for you is called and earthed. Called, soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. This person is going through a hallway, a path, and there's a door waiting for them at the end. We don't know what's at the end of that door. We don't know what's next. But what we do know is that this person is walking away from something that is no longer serving them. We might be fighting because we want to stay in a place that we believe it's comfortable, but it truly isn't. Earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Learning how to be yourself, learning how to be grounded and more present. You have a hard time sometimes making decisions for yourself, for your highest good, because you want other people to understand you. You want other people to accept you. Pero se te olvida vivir. You forget to live. I am Latina. I do speak Spanish and English, so whenever I speak in Spanish, I will definitely try translating it. There's a card that stayed from another deck in here, so let's see. It's coming up backwards, and I'm going to honor the energy that way. This is a card that speaks about listening to our intuition, trusting our intuition. And I feel like for some of you, you're having a hard time believing or trusting in yourself. I'm hearing from your spirit guides, it would be so easy if we all had that crystal ball that told us how to live in every step, but that's not living. And it feels like a lot of the decisions that you've been making in the last couple of months have been a bit challenging because you're worried about how other people are going to feel. Y tú no estás viviendo, and you're not living. Wait, it's not yet time. They're being woven. This woman is about to be birthed into earth. It's not time yet for you to make a decision, to make a big change. I feel like first you have to start by accepting your reality. First, you have to start by accepting that you do want more, that you do believe that you're worthy of more. As soon as I said that, I heard my spirit guides say it's time for them to use their voice, to speak what they want, to speak their truth. I believe you pronounce this Hyrith, longing for home, homesick for the stars. Every time this card comes out, it reminds me of a deep session. I don't know if the camera will catch it, but it has a lot of wax from a candle, an orange candle. And that was a session that I had with a client of mine that was going through a death and rebirth moment. So I know I'm picking that up for a reason. You're feeling this moment in your life right now, a bit as of a death moment. But a big message for you right now, feel this. Feel this death. Mourn this death. You're no longer playing small. You can't. You'll stay stuck. Change is the next card. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Date permiso de salir adelante. Date permiso de crecer. Empathy is coming up backwards with your own energy. Being kind with yourself. Being empathetic with yourself. Sometimes you're so hard. And I feel that for many of you, it came from a very young age. Your parents making you feel, the people around you, whether it was in your school, your friends, people around you making you feel like you needed to be a certain way. You needed to act a certain way. I keep hearing like a younger self of yours say, like, I guess I just have to act right. And your guides are like, what do you mean? What does that mean? Right now, for many of you, a deeper lesson that you're going through in the next 3 months, it is about what your purpose is. And the purpose does not only have to be a career, but what are you doing here for yourself? How are you living? How are you showing up for yourself? How are you giving yourself permission to take up space? Your spirit guides are also saying, healing is a journey. Don't rush it. Clear Quartz is a master healer stone. It is a powerful stone that amplifies the energy of other crystals. It has a very leadership energy. A lot of times when we're feeling stuck, that's a crystal that will support us with moving forward, with finding clarity. But you have to believe it. Sacred space, limiting beliefs, and difficulties. At the back of the deck, inspiration. The first thing I felt when I felt the energy of this card is like, protect your energy. Stop over giving. Pay attention to the people that you keep giving and giving to, but yet you're not receiving anything back. Pay attention to the people that keep asking for help. I feel like there's times where there's people you're going to for help, but yet when you need something, nobody's available, or those specific people are not available. I'm hearing, te estás ahogando en un vaso de agua que ni está lleno. You're drowning your own self because of your beliefs in a cup of water that's not even full, but you're keeping yourself down. You need to reach higher. You need to get out of this box that you have been put in by others, society, culture, whoever. but you don't belong in that box. Stop limiting yourself. I definitely feel like July and August are going to be months of action for you. So if you've been in a place in the last 2 months where you've been thinking, you've been doubting, okay, now we have to take action. There's a shadow version of yourself that we're not wanting to see. We're needing to find where we belong. For some of you, I feel like there is a deeper healing that you're doing from a relationship from your past, whether it was a partner, a friend, a family member, a sibling. I get a lot of male energy. They could be very masculine if they are a woman, regardless of their gender. It's somebody that I feel that at times has been hard for you to communicate. What's next for option number 1? I'm hearing from your spirit guides say, you can't ask others to change. That's not your job. You can't change others. It feels like from December of last year. Yeah. It feels like since December of last year, there's something that's been weighing heavy. Answering the call. Get the big picture. See things for what they truly are. This person wants more, but yet is doubting that they are capable of more. You have this fear of failing. You have this fear of trusting in the unknown. And I feel like a lot of that comes because of your younger years, because of your childhood. There was a lot of people that were playing house, but yet not showing up. Playing house, to me, it's like portraying an image just for other people to see. But inside that home, they weren't present. A deep message I feel like for you guys, option number 1 is el tiempo es now. 2024 is a year of growth for you. You have to be okay with letting go in order for you to receive. If you are just starting in a healing journey or going deep in your healing journey, keep going. You're not lost. I keep hearing the ocean in the background. Cleanse yourself. You're carrying a lot of heavy energy, and that's keeping you stagnant. You might even be carrying heavy energy from an ex-partner. We have to let them go, cut those cords energetically and physically, because no vas a poder crecer. You're not going to be able to grow that way. I'm going to end your reading with this emotions card. I'm hearing from an ancestor. I feel like this is a woman ancestor saying, deja de apresurarte por otras personas. Deja de apresurarte. Stop rushing. What are we honoring for option number 1 on a deeper level? Goddess of Awakening. This is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, and creativity. At the bottom of the deck, Angel of Self-Worth. Quiérete. Amate. Respétate. Quiérete. Love yourself. Amate. Be passionate about yourself and respect who you are so other people can give you the same. I'm going to be honest. I feel like for many of you with option number 1, you're going through a deep journey to find your true self, to find your true voice. And that's not going to be easy. But as well, it will not be impossible. When your guides a bit ago said wait, it's so you can be grounded and make a decision or decisions for moving forward in the next 3 months. And then you'll be ready to walk through that door. The time will be now. This is a wondrous time of exploration. Look at how this woman is being like awakened by this light. That's your spirit guides. An exciting new chapter in your life is about to unfold. And at the bottom is the lotus flower. Se me olvidó. That grows in mud. That grows with the impossible. So they say. Date tiempo. You might have to start over. And that's okay. You might have to redefine who you are. And that's okay. I wouldn't doubt it if for many of you, you're questioning your career. Pero un paso a la vez, one step at a time. Thank you for the energy exchange. If you'd like to connect with me, I'll leave my information down below. Blessings. Option number 2, my Rose Quartz. Mi energía de Rose Quartz. What's coming up for you? July, August, September, or the next 3 months, whenever you see this. Raw stones are exactly like they come from Mother Earth. I love raw stones. They help us through a deep journey. My first crystal that I ever connected with was a Rose Quartz. A crystal that helped me with finding myself, with loving myself, with accepting myself, with showing up more for myself. A big thing that I'm hearing right now, you need to start setting boundaries. Start setting boundaries with people that only know how to take, with people that have not been giving you love back, respect back. Some of you this month of July, you're being called to take a step back from your family, from friends, or from someone in specific that you've outgrown. It might come with fear because we want things to be a certain way, but you can't change people. I don't know if you'll hear it in the background, but there was a car that just started. We're getting ready for a ride. We're getting ready for a journey. You're ready. Things are falling into place. I'm hearing from your guides. You're at the right place. You're where you need to be. You might not believe that. I'm going to grab another deck in my bag. You might not believe that, right? Because you want things to be different. But yet your guides are saying, mira, my throat is tightening up. Mira hasta donde has llegado. Look how far you have come. I feel like you have beat the odds of being who you are. The first cards that are coming up for you, be open, intuition, and your beacon. The main one that's standing out for me is that first card. Be open for more. Give yourself permission to do more. Maybe you're also questioning, why did things have to happen a certain way? For many of you, I feel like you had to grow up from a very young age, and it's hard for you to slow down. Sometimes you just know how to go and go and go. But right now, you can't go and go. You have to sit. You have to make decisions. Quietly, I'm hearing. Todo a su tiempo. For many of you, I feel like Rose Quartz, this energy is calling you because it's been a long time since you really connected with yourself, accepted yourself, loved yourself. No te limites. Don't limit yourself. Hay personas que no te quieren ver. There's people that don't want to see you for who you truly are. And that's okay. You can't change them. You won't change them. Look at the first card that's coming up, your inner child. Reward yourself. Treat yourself. Love yourself. Some of you, you're healing a relationship. You've been trying to heal a relationship with your inner child, with that younger version of you that wants to feel seen, loved, accepted. Excuse me. Take charge and action. Feeling the energy of Archangel Michael. I feel like you're needing to release someone, cut cords someone. I feel like this is somebody from your past. Be honest with yourself. You can't keep waiting for people that till today they're not ready. You might connect with Mother Mary, La Virgen de Guadalupe. Regardless of your religion's beliefs, she is an ascended master. Her energy is coming up. With Rose Quartz, that means that we're doing some deep healing, some forgiveness. Even for many of you, this is from past lives. I wouldn't doubt it that you've repeated cycles with your own mother. Several lifetimes. I keep seeing images of somebody from other lifetimes. Earlier, I said there was a relationship or someone we're healing from, and this romance and connection heart is coming up, regardless of their genders. There's somebody we need to let go of in the past. There's this version of you that keeps seeking other people's validation. Pero no estás viviendo. You're not living. The next 3 months for you, you have to show up different. I'm hearing from your guides, either do you want to evolve or do you want to stay in the same routine? Somebody keeps telling you what you want to hear. It might be very hard for you at times to express yourself, because in the past, when you tried to express yourself, people weren't ready to hear you out, to accept you, to love you, to honor you. Estás en una etapa de tu vida donde te mereces más. You're in a stage in your life where you deserve more, but you gotta believe it. I can tell you, many people can tell you, but until you don't believe it, you're not gonna show up different. Rose Quartz is that deep stone that reminds us you gotta put yourself first. Forgiveness. From now, this is the energy under the new moon where I'm recording this reading. In the next 2 weeks is going to be our full moon. For many of you, I feel like these next 2 weeks, they're most likely going to be very deep, very emotional. Pero siente esas emociones. Feel those emotions. No te apresures. Don't rush. I know you're questioning, what if I would have done something else? I'm also hearing from Spirit, you didn't lose time. It built you to be this person that you are today. But this person that you've become, to an extent, it's become detached from your own self, in another world, living for others. That's enough. Archangel Michael's energy and Mother Mary, both in your decks, in your reading for option number 2, is deep. Archangel Michael helps us with releasing, cutting cords, change, stepping into our purpose, speaking our truth. Mother Mary, La Virgen de Guadalupe, helps us with deeper healing with our mother, with our wounds. I'm also hearing with miscarriages. So I don't know if you've had a miscarriage. And forgiveness with your own self. Have confidence. Moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God is enough. And you get to define God. Along with knowing that God works through you and with you in all ways. Learn upon us if your confidence wavers. And we will wow your courage and faith. It's interesting, like one of my first, I just thought this is my first deck that I ever purchased when I started my journey. And Rose Quartz was one of my first crystals I connected. So my first. So I don't doubt it that many of you are starting a journey for the first time. Many of you are doing something for the first time. And that's okay. Date tiempo. Definitely the next 3 months are going to be deep for you. Get out of your comfort zone. Ask for help. Don't feel bad. That doesn't make you a weak person. But you need support. Maybe a therapist. Maybe a woman's group. Something along the lines that can support you in this journey. Maybe the people around you are not ready to help you. And that's okay. They're going through their own journey. But you got to help yourself. You're going through a deep journey for you. Y te lo vas a agradecer. You're going to look back and thank yourself. I know right now it feels a little bit hard. It feels like I don't even know who I am. I don't even know what I'm doing. Pero estás aquí. Before I end your reading, I'm going to end with this beautiful deeper healing deck to see what messages are coming up for the next 3 months of what are we honoring on a deeper level. I'll leave my information down below if you'd like to connect. I offer sessions in person and as well distant. In person in Highland Park, California. I also traveled to the Bay Area. I just came back from the Bay Area. And I host events in my home. My next event, I have a couple events for July. I'm doing my first Reiki trainings, which you'll find that information on my website. My sister circle will be July 27. And then I have 2 healing events. Ooh, I hope you can hear me. 2 healing events in July 10th. And I believe... no, not the 10th, 13th and 20th. The first 2, the second Saturday and the third Saturday of the month. All right. Option number 2, Angel of Finances, Angel of Soul Love, Angel of Clearing, and Goddess of Justice. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. This is also my energy of Archangel Michael. He's coming up twice. The energy of a relationship is also coming up twice. Trust your intuition. You might sometimes have a hard time with trusting. Your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over. Angel of Clearing. This fog will pass. Te tienes que querer más. You have to love yourself. Surrender. This person has their hands up, and this is a transformation card. Give yourself permission to start over. Give yourself permission to do things different. No estás perdida. You're not lost. Thank you for the energy exchange. Option 2. Blessings. Option number 3, last but not least. I have my microphone. I hope you can hear me. The air is on in the backyard for the home. So let's see what's coming up for you. Option number 3, Ocean Jasper is a beautiful stone of new beginnings, happiness, joy, community, connecting with others. It's my only crystal with the heart shape. So I feel like these next 3 months definitely are calling you to connect with yourself on a deeper level. Excuse me if I'm burping, I know I'm connected with you guys. I was getting ready to say, I feel like the last couple of months for you, my guides keep taking me to the beginning of the year. So for many of you, I feel like since the beginning of the year, there's been a lot of releasing that you needed to do. There's been a lot of accepting. I feel like you're getting ready to close a chapter in your life. If you haven't yet, you're about to, or within the next 3 months. And you're like being offered an opportunity, and you're being offered like a contract for something different to do in life. It's time for you to receive. It's time for you to trust in who you are. The first card that's coming up for you, forgiveness and understanding. Notice the signs, steady progress, and get out of your comfort zone. At the bottom of the deck, earth grounded, being more present with Mother Earth and with yourself. For some of you, I feel like right now, in the month of July, you're just needing to stay still. Like things are happening for you. Things are flowing for you. A deep message that I feel like for option number 3 right away, it's also like, if you only knew what was coming. You have this energy of a leader, of someone that can take the lead. I feel like you use your voice a lot, whether it's in your career, as your purpose, something that you do to support yourself. You might live off it. And if not, I feel like keep working with yourself. Like I feel like you're up leveling yourself physically, financially, emotionally. Like you're stepping up the game. You're working on yourself. Dreamer. Have faith. Ooh, the Magician. The Magician and the Tarot deck. I don't read tarot, but from what I understand, the Magician deck, Magician card, is somebody that's given all the tools. So for you, it's like you're being presented with what you need, but you have to trust. You're kind of doubting a little bit right now. You're meant to be with community. You're someone that's very giving, very loving. I wouldn't doubt it that you're very empathetic with people, very understanding, but sometimes you have to be okay with saying no and with setting boundaries and with resting, because I feel like sometimes you feel like if you're not doing something, you're lost or you're behind in life. I feel like for some of you, you're also been healing trauma from parents that they've been carrying that doesn't belong to you. I keep hearing from my guides say, estás creciendo a tu tiempo. You're growing in your own timing. You're evolving in your own journey. For some of you, I feel like you have a new spirit guide that has been guiding you since the beginning of 2024, and you've been on a roll. Keep going. Keep going. Keep focusing on yourself. If you like to speak, write, you have a very creative energy. Get into that. Right now, you're being given the right opportunities at the right time. Aprovechalas. Appreciate them. Take advantage of it in a good way. Stop waiting for the right moment. I'm hearing this is the right moment. Maybe you've been wanting to sign up for like a coaching group. Maybe you're going to look into coaching group. I feel like be open to being guided, to being supported, like for new knowledge. There's new things that are coming for you so you can keep evolving. I feel like there's like a 16-year-old version of you that's here, and that 16-year-old version of you is very proud of how far you've come. I'm hearing you're not just strong, you're courageous, you're resilient. Now let's use that energy elsewise. No more survival mode. alignment. Estás donde tienes que estar. You are where you need to be. Honor those emotions, wholeness, and I was just speaking about your creative energy, and it's coming out again. A very quick message for option number 3, get creative. You're being presented the tools. Don't focus on the past or what if. Don't focus on what you wish you would have done wrong. You can't change that. You're here today. I wouldn't doubt it that you are being pushed to do something different in your career, to teach, to help others, to support others. And even if we're not there yet, we can work towards that. Option number 3, I keep hearing say no. There might be an opportunity that's presented to you and it looks good on paper, but it just isn't the best decision for you. At the bottom of the deck is yes. You got the no card and then you got yes. I feel like trust your intuition. There's something you have to say no to, because then there's an opportunity that you'll really be happy about. I don't know if the microphone will catch it, but there's a lot of little birdies that came and started chirping when we started to speak about this. There's a celebration coming for you. Créetelo, confíalo. I keep seeing a white and yellow butterfly flying. And to me, that's the energy of new beginnings and joy, happiness, stability, longer term. This card that is coming out backwards is the romance card. Whether you are in a relationship or not, you might need to take a step back right now and focus on yourself, not on others. What's meant for you will always be for you. Don't try to force it. Some of you in the next 3 months, you're needing to accept that you've outgrown somebody, or I was going to say you've outgrown something, but somebody came out for a reason. So trust that. If that resonates for you, that's for you to hear. You need to be a little bit more grounded. So you need to go outside. When you're resting, you need to fully turn off your phone, fully be present with yourself. Stop over giving. Te vas a gastar tú mismo. You're going to waste your own energy. What's remaining for option number 3 for 2024? Lessons or journeys. I'm going to leave a link down below. If you'd like to connect with me, I offer private sessions in Highland Park, California, in my backyard. I also travel to the Bay Area, and I do sessions virtually via Zoom or distant if you'd like to connect. And in the month of July, I have a couple of events. I'm doing my first Reiki trainings in person and virtually for many of you that can't come locally. I also have July 13th and I believe the 20th, Limpias events in Orange County. And July 27th, a sister circle in my backyard. So I hope to connect with you. Thank you for the energy exchange. Definitely for option number 3, you're being pushed to connect more with a community, with people that can support you, inspire you, guide you. So when you're ready, your community will find you. That bottom of the deck, reality check. That's the horse energy, leadership, freedom, with that white butterfly. Remember I was seeing it a bit ago? Look, it's showing up as the cards. That's your spirit guide guiding you, saying, hey, we're leading the way. You're unlearning, unshedding a version of you that no longer serves you. This card represents freedom. This horse represents freedom. This person is taking off a version that no longer serves them. We've outgrown that version. We're not in that survival mode, in that fearful mode. Oh, I just realized there's another butterfly right here. This one looks yellow, and then this one is white. And we literally we're just saying that. I'm going to try to put it closer. I don't know if the camera will catch it, but it's like yellow and white. And I literally was just saying that. What a coincidence, right? Quiérete. Affirmations. See yourself as who you truly are. This card here with Archangel Jophiel speaks about self-care, simplification, compassion. This woman is meditating and there's affirmations all around her. I am enough. I am loved. I matter. I can. Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. However you identify. And communication. Using your voice. And look in the energy of a community. You're going to keep growing and evolving. Trust it. Pero no te limites. Don't limit yourself. For some of you, I feel like you really need to detach from your inner circle right now, so you can keep growing and evolving. Yeah, definitely the next 3 months for you. I'm going to end with this. The next 3 months for option number 3, you're going to have to be very honest with yourself and with others. What do you want? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Focus on those goals and those plans, because you have bigger books coming, bigger opportunities coming, but you got to show up. And if you're still learning something, keep learning. We all start somewhere. We all start with one client. We all start with one session. We all start with something. Nobody was born since birth with all the knowledge. We learn it. There's many people that are willing to train you, lead the way for you. But you have to be willing to show up and be open to being guided, coached. Accept this help. Your spirit guide is sending you help. We have many spirit guides in our lifetime. Some of them are with us from birth until death. Some of them in specific periods. For many of you, I feel that there's been a new spirit guide that's come into your journey. So, aprovechalo. Take advantage of that. They're helping you. They're guiding you. I'm hearing wake up, like an alarm clock going off. It's your time. Thank you for the energy exchange. Until next time, blessings. Adios.